Thinking what kind of questions would aspirants have, and I question because
Again,
I've
you
been an
should
aspirant
not
myself.
think like that. I should have done that. I should have done this.
Welcome to a new series Spotlight. Today I have with me a very special guest and a wonderful mentor, Mr. Vinay Kumar. So today I have with me a brand new question. A lot of aspirants face this dilemma when they're giving many attempts.
Some of them were really shocked. I told them for 1 year you prepare intensely for the examination and then go for a job or go for higher education.
So don't treat, UPSC as the be all and end all of everything. This exam is not.
There are so many aspirants who don't want to quit. Look beyond UPSC and be more ambitious. Sometimes get angry also when people celebrate, getting IAS itself as the highest achievement.
They can ever do in their lives. Society treats them that way.
No, I tell them on the face. You should not treat anything as an end.
Just follow your path. Don't be dictated by the outcomes.
So do trial and error. It's okay to commit mistakes.
No one can give you the answer. They can only give you the experiences they've had. But
Most of the people speak from their own perspectives.
So, sir, would you like to, give a message to students?
It is you who has to discover. So don't worry about what people are going to label you. That is immaterial.
I talk so much. Oh, awesome. I actually made something short. Sir, we'll do another 10 minutes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of our new series, Spotlight, where we will be discussing various queries, dilemmas, and problems that the aspirants face during their UPSC journey. Today, I have with me a very special guest and a wonderful mentor, Mr. Vinay Kumar. Mr. Vinay Kumar GV, the founder and director of Insights IAS. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So today I have with me a brand new question, which aspirants, a lot of aspirants, face this dilemma, especially, like when they're giving many attempts. So let's say an aspirant has given several attempts and has failed, like, maybe 1, 2, 3 attempts. But then they continue giving it, like, probably till their last attempt. So do you think that's a good step to take, or should a person know when to step back, like when to quit something which isn't working out? So what is your perspective? Because a lot of people, think, okay, a lot of people have cleared in their last attempt, so they may not want to quit because they've seen several people clear. So they don't want to become a quitter also. They don't want to quit something where, they've invested so much time, so much effort, so much money. So, it's like, should I step back from it or should I continue? How does one make that decision in a very practical manner and in a smart manner?
Recently, in the orientation for OGP students, I told students that some of them were really shocked. I told them for 1 year you prepare intensely for the examination, and then I told them go for a job or go for higher education. So they were like confused. I told them intense preparation means 12 to 14 hours. You do justice to every part of the examination, every aspect of the examination. Give everything you have. So the right guidance is available, the tools are available, resources are available. Make use of them, and later, next September, after writing mains or after writing prelims, you go for a job. You don't have to again give the same intense preparation. Maybe 4 5 hours or 6 hours of preparation is required. So that is one way. Like if you're a beginner, you should know when to quit. It's not quitting, it's about securing your life, at the same time pursuing this goal. If you have done everything right in the first year, the chances are very high that in 1 or 2 attempts or even 3 attempts you are going to crack the examination. So if the guidance is right, if you have taken right decisions about which optional to choose. Second aspect to it is that if somebody has already spent 2 3 4 attempts, and as you asked, there are so many aspirants who don't want to quit. Yeah. Because they are stuck in the process. So here for them, my suggestion is that if they're genuinely passionate about civil services, right? But again, you should not make the mistake of either not quitting also, at the same time not learning anything also, right? If you are learning new lessons with every attempt, if you are developing, improving yourself, then don't quit. If you, because everybody do not have equal pace of learning. So people start from various levels of preparation for the examination. So you might have taken 3 4 years more than what others might have taken, but that doesn't mean you are failure or you are lacking something. It means you needed more time to develop those skills and abilities. So you
Yeah.
look it from that perspective, and then don't quit. So see if there is still scope for further improvement. So that is the second category. So don't quit if you still have, because you start from a zero level. For example, there are people who start reading newspaper after graduation. There are people who do not understand English. They cannot understand editorials. It takes like 1 2 years to start
We
understanding.
all have a different starting point.
Exactly. So the third category is people are good in things academically. They are good, and they are brilliant in terms of having general awareness and other things. So here for this category, what I suggest is that look beyond UPSC and be more ambitious. So if you see yourself in a going to be in a better position, it can be 5 years later, 10 years later, or 2 years later, or even 20 years later. That if you imagine that you really have that potential, really have that kind of intellectual capacity uh, to reach those positions in life, which are far far better than being an IAS or IPS officer. So then don't regret what you've done, and you can quit, go for higher education, go for Harvard, Oxford, Stanford, Princeton, whichever university you have. So try everything to get there, or you can get into politics also, right? 4 to 5 years, you work in grassroots level. You build your own identity, build your own presence, create a movement, create followers through your
Yeah.
work. Or it can be literature, you start writing something. It takes time, everything takes time. But in these different fields, when you carve out your own identity, through your persistence, patience, I think year you have invested till then, including UPSC preparation and beyond UPSC preparation, everything makes sense. Right? It adds up actually. And everything you the so-called notion of I have lost something, right? 100 times, 1,000 times you'll get back,
Yeah.
whatever you lost during that time.
And also, like, we need to break this, let's say,
So there is no
conception.
concept called quitting. It is just like changing,
Yeah.
from one
Just
thing to
changing
another.
directions. So, sir, we're trying to break the stereotype that, clearing UPSC is like the biggest thing one can do. There are better avenues. Like, a podcast is about life beyond UPSC. So, as you said, the different categories of people who may want to do bigger or, other things. And there's nothing like bigger or smaller. It's basically what you really want to do. So, don't treat, UPSC as the be all and end all of everything. This exam is not the biggest thing you can do or the best thing you can do. There are other several things also that one can pursue. So, I think
It
people,
depends on ambition levels
yeah.
of individuals.
So, they shouldn't like be dictated by what, what is.
And I get shocked,
Okay.
like sometimes get angry also when people celebrate, getting IAS itself as the highest achievement,
They can ever do in their life.
and they behave in such a manner.
I think
And
because society treats them that way, sir. I think, we've
I tell them
seen.
on the face, I mean, now you're IAS, so don't think that you've achieved the world. Keep reading,
Yeah.
right? Keep growing, keep developing yourself, and stay humble. So there are bigger things. Be ambitious. You also go and get education from big universities, and if there is some passion, you pursue that, right? So you should not treat anything as an end. It can be IAS, it can be anything.
Yeah. And don't make your self-worth depend on an exam or the outcome of this exam. Like, just follow your path and, pursue what you want to do, and don't be dictated by the outcomes. Don't seek validation from the outcomes of this exam.
Yes, you should never seek validation from anyone for anything actually.
Yeah.
So do trial and error. It's okay to commit mistakes, and through those trial and errors, you only assess your own
Yourself.
yourself.
Yeah.
So you'll get the right direction. You'll get the right. It will take more time, but I think that is more sustainable way of experiencing life.
no one can give you the answer. They can only give you the experiences they've had. But quitting, or leaving a particular path and choosing to pursue another, no one can make you
Most
do
of the
it.
people speak from their own perspectives.
Yeah,
Very few people will look into your life closely and talk from your perspective.
true.
So when you're seeking most of the guidance from everywhere, from most of the people, they are giving their own answers, their own narrow interpretation of life. I might be doing in some cases, right? So, but ultimately, it is you who has to discover, find your own answers.
You've said writing the UPSC exam or even starting Insights was a journey of self discovery for you. So, like after all your failures or various successes, basically you're just discovering yourself through them.
I love doing that. I mean, I just doing that. Like I didn't know. Sometimes it was like 20 hours in a day, 22 hours in a day.
Oh.
So would never sleep. I mean, I was not working hard. I was not working tirelessly or anything. It was just I was so involved, immersed. I used to enjoy the process. If somebody was commenting, it was not for validation. It was like somebody was appreciating what I had written about, and that used to give immense satisfaction that somebody was reading what you've written.
And you were
So I
contributing and
remember that
helping.
particular thing. Somebody reading what you have written. I used to show it to my father, but like total stranger reading what you've written, and I used to wonder, like I've written like 1,000 words, 2,000 words. Someone is reading that. It can be one individual, and that used to give me so much satisfaction that used to inspire me, to write more. I'll write more articles. I'll write more stuff. 90% of them I've deleted. I mean, you don't find them. Recently on Twitter, I posted some
Yeah.
random poem, which people don't call as poem, but I was surprised that I could write like that. I'd forgotten. Mm.
Nice, sir. So, sir, would you like to, give a message to students who are facing this dilemma currently, like when to stop? Should they stop? Or, what's the next step for
So I
them?
gave three options here,
Yeah.
right? So one, you rediscover, try to be a better person, or be more ambitious than this. So try to pursue it. Whatever it is, you don't call it as quitting or something. It is about exploring the better aspects, better avenues, better opportunities in the life. Think from that perspective. And then, so don't worry about what people are going to label you. That is immaterial. So the life is such that the same people will come back and praise you, right? So that is how you should make your life. The
Yes, sir.
one who ridicules today should come and appreciate and praise you tomorrow.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, you don't keep consciously do that, but through
It
your own efforts that you make it happen.
Yes, sir. So thank you so much, sir, for this insightful, inputs that you've given us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.